Roger, you're looking very fresh. Actually, it doesn't look like you've played 5 sets.
Thank you. You look great too.
Thanks, thanks, thanks.
For looking
But I
at,
haven't played
for
5 sets.
watching a match of 5 sets. Did you take a shower?
See, when you keep hearing about these boring interviews, we've got to do something different to get you guys to loosen up a bit.
Absolutely, you're right. I'm happy you did.
Roger, good to see you again.
Thank you.
Look, as far as longevity goes, and one would love to see you play forever because you're such a fantastic player.
Well, I mean not, but I hope for a long time, yes.
Tell me, how are you managing yourself physically as you're going forward in terms of preserving yourself? I know you're playing less, you're playing selected events, you're not playing the entire hall of events that you were playing a few years ago. So as you're getting older, how are you managing yourself physically? Have you changed a few things just to,
I guess
to preserve
I do.
yourself, to give yourself that a few extra years of endurance?
Well, yes. I mean, I think I've been doing that for years now. I don't want to say ever since I turned world number one, but I always told myself, and I remember very vividly the conversation I had with my conditioning coach, that we said we still need the times where we need to work out a lot, where you cannot go chase the money, the tournaments, the whatever it may be, the red carpet events. You can do some of it, clearly. It's right there in front of you, but it's very important to let's not forget the big picture. So I think I've been on that for almost 10 years, and it's maybe gotten more intense in the last 5 years. When I had mononucleosis, you have a bit of a bad back, and then you become even more and more careful. I had kids, so all these things make you reconsider all your decisions. Then I've had to take tough ones, I've had to sometimes not play for a long time, and decided not to play Davis Cup sometimes, decided other decisions, which I thought were important for my longevity. And at the end of the day, most of my decisions are based on that, because I'd like to stay in the game for as long as I can, or at least I gave myself the best possible opportunity. And so we'll see how it goes. I feel I still work out the same way, maybe a bit more careful in terms of, what we do and how we do it. Whereas in the past, you just go out and just run like crazy, or you just do. Obviously, it's very calculated now, and but I still enjoy it a lot. And I think for me, it's very important that I do actually enjoy the workouts, not that it becomes a drag. And thankfully, I really enjoyed it a lot.
Hola, Rafa. The question I have for you, I'm from New Sports India. In all sports, sports people at a very high level get tight, they choke, nerves get to them. How do you handle your nerves in a tight match? Because you usually overcome them, you handle pressure better than most players. How do you define choking? What happens to most players, in your opinion, when they get tight in a match? How do they handle their nerves? I mean,
the nerves. Everybody's nervous, I think. Today I was a little bit nervous, but if you watch me play the first week, I was very nervous, and that's the thing. Important thing is accept the situations and try to improve the feeling and to improve the calm, to improve the level of your game in all in every moment, and the pressure will be there. But at the end, sometimes it's stupid because we are very nervous for the things that means a lot for us. But at the end, life have much more important things than win or lose a tennis match or a match in any sport. So when you can have the chance, and when you get calm and you have the chance to think about all of this, sometimes you feel very stupid feeling this pressure, this nervous for a tennis match. not going to change your life.
Absolutely. A follow-up question. I have always seen that you've been a true gentleman. You're one of the best ambassadors of tennis. You're very popular. And you're extremely complimentary about your opponents, especially Roger. You've said many times that Roger is the greatest player in the history of the game.
That the number says, no?
Sorry?
That's what the numbers says.
The numbers. But tell me, you have a winning record against a player in his era. You've beaten him, I think, something like 20 times out of 30. And you have an 8-2 edge over him in Grand Slams. And you've beaten him on every surface. You beat him on grass, his backyard, many times on clay, and in the Australian Open hard.
Yeah.
So how do you define him? How would you, in your heart, really, if you really ask yourself, and if you want to be diplomatic and you want to be direct, would you say that you really truly believe he's the greatest when you have such a fantastic record against him?
Okay, I think the head-to-head are important. Not really. No, head-to-head are important to win titles, to win important matches. That's all. At the end, if you play a league and, for example, I don't know, Chelsea beat Manchester United in both matches during the season, but Manchester United won the Premier League. The better team is Manchester United. That's an example. And when Roger have 17 Grand Slams and a lot of records on his shoulders, not because he has a negative head-to-head against me, I'm gonna be very arrogant and very stupid for me say that today I have a comparison with him, because I think that cannot happen. I'm happy about what I achieved. I'm happy about what I'm winning, but Roger have a better numbers than me, and that's the real thing. And nobody have more Grand Slams than him, and he's the guy with more weeks in the history and the number one, I think. So this kind of records says that he's the best of the history. Numbers are for that.